Hi everyone, Kojak Pro here. So this is just me relaxing, and I'm actually relaxing at the park. So whilst relaxing at the park here, I began to reminisce about my trading journey up until where I am now, the hurdles I went through, and I asked myself, because I think a lot of traders might be at that phase of their trading career now. I asked myself, what is the one single thing that made me, become more confident with trading and actually become profitable? Well, I'll be sharing that with you guys on this vlog. So, as a matter of fact, as at the later part of 2021, I was trading. I wasn't trading forex at the time. I was actually trading indices. I was trading 1,500. Some traders might be used to those kind of pairs, those kind of financial instruments. Crash 1,000, crash 500, the volatility pairs, jump, and or whatnot. I was trading all those things, and I was having few wins, few losses. As a matter of fact, I was just going about it by the trial area method, just going about it blindly, without any set of tutoring or mentorship from anyone. Or I had someone that posed himself at the time as a guru for indices trading, and I approached him and I tried to see whether I can learn how to trade like he trades, because every now and then he will be posting a lot of profitable trades that he's taking on those pairs. And given that I've on more than one occasion bought courses, not really courses actually, I've more than bought some kind of mentorship product from him. It could be a video, it could be some live sessions with him. A lot of things he did explain and I implemented at the time, none of it worked for me. And it got to the point where he will be taking some kind of trades, and I also decided to match him in terms of simulating his trades as well and taking them on my own account. And at the end, he'll come out profitable, and I don't know why it happened like that. And whilst I was doing that, I was getting, on a daily basis, I was getting drained of my energy and my desire to keep trading. I was actually waiting for a savior, in quotes, to help me with my trading game. And when I got to the point of coming to terms with the fact that the guy at the time that was posing as a master of the indices market, when he dawned on me that he wasn't actually what he claimed to be, I let him go. Lost resources, lost time. Well, that's what the trading game is all about. Once you're actually looking for the best, you might on one or two occasions pass through the worst, if I will put it that way. But everything still boils down to the lessons you learn and how you will carry that on to help you to become the person you want to be. So, and around that time, I now met a professional trader. I actually met him online, and he was now talking about his trades and how he actually does trade the charts. I got interested in his trading style and decided to give it a try. I took his trading style, I actually took his course, and the thing changed my mentality in a lot of ways than the other mentor had, done for me. It changed it so much, and as a matter of fact, I stopped trading indices. I went to trade forex because I now got really, really interested in forex and not indices. But I now asked the professional trader, the one that has now put me on the right path. I asked him, because I went through his course and I was like, this is good, but what is it from this your course? What will you say is the one true thing that will change my trading trajectory and put me sort of on a jump start to trading profitably if I implemented? And he told me And he told me, and not only me, he keeps on saying it. He told me that I should take less trades and think more. Well, at the time it felt too basic and vague. But today, I honestly believe that that single tip helped me go from inconsistent to confident. Now, let me walk you through what it really meant and why I ignored it at first and how it eventually transformed the way I trade and think. When I started trading, I was obsessed with being active all the time. In fact, I'd open up my chart, I'd scroll through every pair, force entries because I didn't want to miss out. I was treating the market like a slot machine. You guys know what a slot machine is. So I was basically treating the market like a gambling field. I was pulling, hoping the next trade would finally hit. And like a lot of new traders, I'll go on hot streaks, then I'll lose it all in just one bad session. I felt like I knew how to read price at the time, but I couldn't control myself. That's when I asked him, what's something most traders overlook that could actually make the biggest difference? And he said, again, he told me, trade less, think more. At first, I thought he meant be lazy or trade once a month. That's actually what I was thinking he meant at the time. But over time, I realized he was actually talking about intentionality. Most of us are in a rush to trade. It's very, very common. This impulse trading is something that's eating deep into a lot of traders. We want to prove ourselves all the time. We think the more we do, the faster we'll get better. But in trading, it might surprise you to know that in trading, doing more often makes things worse. Trade less isn't about trading less often just to be safe. It's actually about waiting for trades that are so obvious, but they are most times they feel boring. Those are the best setups to take because they have come to your zone. They have actually come to your setup and met you at your setup. No matter how much time you had, stood out of the chart, patiently waiting for them. Those are the kind of trades that you should be thinking to take. And they are boring. Well, it's all about quality setups and not just quantity. And think more means taking the time to actually analyze, reflect, and refine instead of react. So I decided to test it for 1 month. And I told myself that I only trade if trade criteria are being met. And the first one is if the setup, which is a setup in my strategy, if the setup match my strategy, now if also price is in a key zone that I'd already marked ahead of time as well. And then also if my buyers had time to develop and not me trying to meet the trade on the spot. And that month I took about 3 trades, and out of those 3 trades I became profitable in all of them. So I now took a step back to reanalyze the whole situation. I was like, okay, I've not been trading this scarce. I mean, it's not something that I'm used to. It's something new to me that I can actually sit on my hands and wait for setups to materialize before I jump into them. And what was the result? I had 3 profitable trades that month. I started feeling so fly. I was actually feeling like a sniper, not someone that is using a machine gun. I was actually feeling like, so if I can time my trades this way and do that over a long or extended period of time, I'll be more profitable than I'm losing. And that was a dramatic moment for me. I remember one specific trade on GBB JPY that I took at the time, and I'd already have my trade criteria set out, and I was waiting for the markets to come to me. So whilst I was looking at that particular pair, GBB JPY at the time, other mentors I had been seeing online and following, and they are kind of very prominent online. I saw that they were also looking at this pair too, and I thought to myself, okay, I feel that I am quite knowledgeable now to be able to take trades alongside these people. I don't need to go to their signal groups to try to go and get the trades that they are dropping on there. I can actually trade this thing for myself. And funny enough, The trade on GBJPY I was about to take was a sell trade, but then they were gunning for a buy. I was like, hold up, something is wrong here. What is actually happening here? The zone I'm expecting to sell, they are actually anticipating a buy on that zone. But later on in a few days, because of my style of trading, I had to still wait some more. Later on, I found out that they now changed their bias and they were like, okay, they're going to sell. But then they jumped on their sell earlier than I anticipated to jump on that sell. What happened? The market sucked them into the trade and still rallied up and then took them out. When I saw this thing, I felt so shocked. I was like, if these so-called gurus are missing out on trades because they are not seeing the bigger picture, and they are obviously jumping setups for the sole purpose of bringing out content as the case may be, or signals to people to trade. I know that that's their business model, so I'm not kind of castigating anyone, but for people that actually want to learn to trade, there's actually a very good way to go about it. So when I now saw the whole situation playing right in front of me, I kept quiet about it and waited for my setup to get to materialize. And when it did materialize, I took the trade and no stress. I took my sell trade. It went straight and hit TP. In fact, as a matter of fact, I had two TPs, TP1 and TP2. It hit my TP1, I came out. I anticipated it to break another zone, a minor zone, and once it now set up nicely and broke that minor zone, I entered again and also profited again from that trade on GBJPY. I was like, okay, this is it. After that, my whole routine changed. Instead of scanning charts all day, I now started doing deeper analysis during my quiet times. I set alerts, I journaled more and more. I took screenshots of good setups. Like there's one of my videos which I was talking about journaling, and my best the best practice to journaling which I have adopted and which works very well for me is screenshots. I take the screenshots of my setups before they materialize. Once they materialize, just before the trade, I take the screenshots, and then during the trade I also take the screenshots, and then after the trade I also take a screenshot. So this gives me a vivid mental picture of that setup. Even when I come back in a few months time, years time, and remember that setup, I will know exactly what transpired in my mind at the time as to why I hopped on such a trade or anticipated to take or not take such a trade. That's where screenshots come in handy because they are visual. Now I only need 2 to 3, sometimes 4 solid trades a month to stay consistent because I'm a swing trader. I'm not perfect and I still have impulsive moments sometimes. I didn't get rid of it completely. It's actually difficult, but overall my equity curve looks way better than it was before, and my stress levels are way lower. My stress levels are quite low. Now, what is the takeaway from this? Well, if you're still watching this video at this point, that means you actually enjoying the insights I'm giving you about how to actually go about your trading the right way, because I passed through it and it's a humbling experience for me, and I think it's going to benefit you out there because your trading is going to change as well once you put this into play. So if you're feeling stuck right now, maybe you're over trading, you're second guessing, or maybe probably burning out, ask yourself, are you really being selective, or are you just staying busy? Because it's easier to stay busy than actually hold back and pinpoint the best quality trades. Now, one tip for you is trade less, think more. Sounds basic, right? But sometimes the simple things are hardest to follow. But that's fine. If you actually commit to it, I assure you it can change your whole trading career. Start by filtering harder, wait longer, and then journal more. And remember, in trading, patience is key and it's a skill. Now, let me know in the comments what's the one piece of underrated advice you've been given. I'll see you in the next one.